Hey everybody, Arthur here with my top 10 figures of 2018. I hope you guys have enjoyed my content. I thank you so much for the support that everybody has given me. I've hit a lot of milestones, like hitting over 1,000 subscribers. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And not only has my channel hit some milestones, but I mean, you've seen what we've been getting is collectibles and figures, Hasbro, Storm Collectibles, SH FiguArts, Figma. I mean, everybody's been pumping out some heavy hitting figures, and I decided to share my top 10 figures. Now, they aren't all strictly legends because I thought about doing just a top 10 legends of 2018 video, and I just decided to not do that. I really put a lot of thought into these figures. I put them in, 10 through 1, or whatever. And honestly, like, they're all number one to me because, like, I love these figures, but it was really hard to choose just 10. I was just like, man, I could have some runner-ups, I could do this. I'm like, nope, I gotta strictly stick to top 10. And as you guys know, if you've watched my videos, I mean, I go all over the place when it comes to figures and the lines that I collect. So it was a struggle, but I think I did a good job. Definitely I want you guys to comment down below. Let me know what your guys' top 10 figures of 2018, even if you didn't buy it, what you think is definitely a top 10. And after you're done with the video, if you think my top 10 is a good list, let me know. I mean, feedback. Let's get some conversations going. I mean, we're off to a new year. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve. And I know a lot of people are going to be enjoying times with friends, family. Definitely, I want you to be responsible and safe. So if you're drinking, Uber, have a DD, designated driver, just be responsible, guys. Nobody needs to be, getting in trouble and starting their year off in a bad way. But let's start it off. This is my top 10 figures of 2018. So starting off at number 10 is the 12-inch Jim Lee Marvel Legend Wolverine. I mean, this thing is gorgeous. I mean, they were so awesome to us with this figure. I mean, we got textures on the gloves, we got the texture for the hair on the arms, we get 3 portraits. We get the battle damaged portrait, we get the masked portrait, we get the unmasked portrait, and the cowl droops on the back. We got alternate pauldrons to give him battle damage, to have that whole he just threw down and fought some guys costume, and it's awesome. The claws are actually very solid for this figure. Tons of articulation. You got the toe bends. I mean, it is a beautiful looking figure. I mean, look at that. You get the chunks out of the part of the mask and everything. It's amazing. So this guy had to start off my top 10 with good old 12-inch Wolverine. Next up, we have number 9. And we have ourselves Marvel Legends Thing. This figure, I guarantee you, is on a lot of people's top 10 because this figure is a gorgeous looking figure. The sculpt, we got 2 alternate heads or portraits, whatever you want to refer them as, alternate hands. The dude has great articulation. He is a solid feeling figure, and that is why he is in my number 9 spot. Beautiful figure. Couldn't be happier, and it totally made me eat my words, and it took a dump on Toy Biz Thing. Number 8, Nemesis Prime. This Amazon exclusive Transformer figure just blew my mind, especially when we got the sword that turned into a bird, which was fantastic. Got the guns that go on the arms, and then he comes with his rifle, another sword. I mean, he is a beautifully well-designed figure, a really great representation in the face of a Decepticon logo. They captured it so well to take a flat image and then turn it into a 3D head for this figure. And his backpack isn't overly bulky either. It's just overall a great figure, and it's menacing looking, and it looks super clean. And that is why Nemesis Prime is my number 8. Number 7 is going to Storm Collectibles OG Akuma. And that is because once they released that lion mane looking Akuma, I hated it. It's not the figure's fault. It's the design of giving an Akuma a line main? How can you go from such a badass looking figure like this and character design to giving him a giant line main? It just made no sense, and I was just like, come on. It just didn't look good. But this guy, you get the amazing articulation. I mean, I have him basically in a walking pose, toes bent, and he looks great. He is well designed, sculpted, holds his poses very well. He's got effects for his flame effects for his arms for doing the uppercut. He has his fireball for the Hadoken. He has his beads that are separate, like an alternate gi, which, like, all of this extra work that they put into this figure and the detail and the face and the pupils, everything, it's beautiful. And I am so happy to have this figure. It actually drove me to, now I need to get the Ryu in the white outfit, so therefore I can have Akuma and Ryu going at it, fighting it out on a display. So that is my number 7. Number 6, Figma Guts. Now this is a repaint reissue. I never had the original, but this repaint reissue came out 2018, so he had to hit my top 10 because it's a solid figure. I love Figma, the detail they put into the figure, and as you can see, I have him without his dryer sheet cape because you can get an alternate. Like, so there's people online that are selling like nice wired or soft goods capes that you don't have to use the dryer sheet. But without the dryer sheet, everything on this figure was fantastic. I mean, his head sculpt, like the capture guts, it looks so good. Got the real chain wrapping around. His sword actually can be holstered up properly and everything. It just, you can't have a better representation of in this scale than this one. I mean, it is gorgeous, and I look forward to the reissue of the Berserk or Guts in his Berserk armor and the Griffith that's going to be re-released. I love the fact that Figma's doing that. Will be easier on my pockets, and plus I get to complete this collection because I love Berserk, and this figure is straight up Guts out of the manga, out of the cartoon series. And if you guys aren't familiar with Berserk, definitely check it out. It is a great series. But that is my number 6. Number 5, we have Goro, Storm Collectibles Goro. And this figure is phenomenal. It's sculpted amazingly, has tons of articulation. It's a massive figure. I mean, it hits all the requirements to be a top 10 figure. I mean, it is beautiful. And if you guys see my review, I mean, this thing, Storm Collectibles is definitely an amazing company. And to be able to pump out figures like this, it's fantastic. And to have all the different integrations of the different hands, different heads, you know, it's great. And to have 4 arms with ab movement and all that articulation, and it's a beautiful figure. Number 4, SH FiguArts Jiraiya. Now, some of you might want to wonder why I chose a SH FiguArts. Is because this figure is fantastic. Those arms are removable, so he can have alternate arms go in, so he can do his different jutsus and everything, because he has multiple hands. But I love the little arm part, because you can have him standing there. I love his face. Like, they captured this character to the fullest. You get the nice chrome, like, mesh scale mail underneath. You got his face is straight up from the, you know, looks like straight out of the anime and manga. Such a great looking figure. To capture his hair and that type of like spikiness and everything is another thing that's great. SH FiguArts pose very well. A lot of detail. I mean, they took, like, SH FiguArts just nails the whole taking a 2D character and just making it into a 3D figure. It is awesome. And then they added on some really good accessories. Like, he did come with his, you know, was the Rashingan, or, you know, little energy ball in his hand. And you guys are probably going to crucify me for not knowing the proper name off the top of my head. But he does come with his little pervy book, the book that is that Kakashi ends up reading all the time. I think this is the sequel to that one, but they gave this. But the biggest thing that stood out is we got two, and I just brought out one, two popsicle parts. And if you've watched the anime, I mean, this sort of like tugs on the heartstrings a little bit, because it was a moment between him and Naruto with this popsicle, and he shared it with them, and just that whole bonding. It's awesome. And just giving those accessories with this figure really, set it to look just fantastic. And that is why he is my number 4. Then we have number 3. And it's all Storm Collectibles. No, it's actually a specific Storm Collectibles, and that would be Shao Kahn, because this figure is, again, amazing. Storm Collectibles knocked it out of the park. We got him in his throne. His helmet's removable, multiple hands. He's got a hammer. It is a gorgeous and amazing looking figure. And then plus, when he's with all the others, it's just a beautiful sight to see. Number 2 isn't even a figure I reviewed yet. I busted him out and checked him out just so he could be put into my top 10 figures of 2018. And that is Tim Curry's It by NECA. NECA has been doing wonders with their figures. The details, everything is fantastic. I love that he comes with 3 different portraits, different hands. Only flaw I have is that his foot is a little bit crooked here. So besides him having the crooked foot, the detail and everything is fantastic. He comes with a bunch of accessories. I didn't even take these out because I'm saving it for the review. He does have a bunch of balloons with the bendy wire. We get the SS Georgie right there, and it's actually made out of paper. So we get all these different portraits. We get alternate hands. We even get that little like spinny party thing with him. And this figure is just gorgeous. The amount of detail on the vest, the paint work, the sculpt work. Oh, I saved him from taking a spill. But I mean, this figure is great. And honestly, I love Tim Curry. And I like the new It. It was a great movie. The guy did a great job. But ideally, I still have that spot in my heart for Tim Curry and his acting skills, especially with taking something that looks like a normal clown and making it even more creepy. Because the new It, he still looks more creepy as a clown. He's not, not like super normal looking clown like this one. But that is my number 2, so he deserved that spot. And finally, the moment you've all been waiting for, we have a number 1, Mezco Popeye. Now, I thought very hard on this list and was comparing figures and things like this. Popeye just hit my number 1 because of the amount of detail, and he's such an obscure figure that Mezco was pumping out. He came with so many good accessories. I don't care about that exclusive that they announced. This, to me, is ideally Popeye. I love the alternate portrait, which is sort of I like it, but it's still not much of a change. But I love the multiple hats, having the magnet built in so you can add that extra style to it, all the accessories and the detail. I mean, you got the grit and grime between the fingers. And if you guys haven't seen that review, let's zoom in right here. Actually, not really zoom in, but bring it in closer. Look at that dirty fingernails, man. The crushed can. You got multiple pipes in case you actually break it. We get 3 of those, 3 non-smoking pipes, a bunch of accessories that I just sort of put into this bag here, which, get his, trying to do this all one-handed, don't know why. So, I mean, you get his little skull cap, sailor hat, and then I just dropped his spinach can, the uncrushed spinach can. You get the compass that opens up, and then this actual spyglass that is fully able to extend. I thought it only dropped down the 1, but actually all 3 drop down. So I find that to be very cool to have that, all these accessories, and it's a beautifully well done figure. And the fact that we got the the little tattoos on them, I think is another nice touch. And they're even like sun faded and everything, and it deserves to be in the top 10 figures for sure. And like I said at the beginning, I just put them in order, you know. But this guy, honestly, that I think about it, he's definitely a number one figure, and that's, yeah. I'm just can't believe the year's already coming to an end, and you know we've gotten so many awesome figures. It was very tough to choose a top 10, and that's why I tried to stay away from just doing strictly Marvel Legends. I wanted to mix it up a little bit, and it's been an amazing year for collecting. My channel, I hit 1,000 subscribers. You know, I'm over 1,000 subscribers thanks to all of you watching, all the support that you guys have given me, you know, all my friends, everybody that's really been, you know, supporting this channel. I thank you guys for it. And, you know, and 2019 is definitely not going to slow me down, and I have a lot planned for 2019. But, you know, my main saying, guys, I want you guys to have the best luck hunting, keep on collecting, and have a beautiful day. And let me know about your top 10 figures as well.